Hello everyone and welcome back to tomorrow's weather today. Today we have an update on what was Invest 92L but is now potential tropical cyclone 9. Right now it has winds of 40 miles per hour and is moving off to the west-northwest at 25 miles an hour. This is really racing along quickly as of right now. So this is a brand new cone out about an hour ago. I was going to make this earlier, but I just had some stuff going on. But you can see the initial track will be off to the north and then off to the west-northwest. This has to do with the shape of the system. Tropical storm warnings are out for all of Puerto Rico, the northern Lesser Antilles, and the Dominican Republic. Depending on how much it interacts with the Dominican Republic, future Isaias, which would be in the name of the storm, will depending on how much it interacts with the Dominican Republic, will determine the strength of future Isaias on Friday and Saturday going into Florida. There's still a chance that this escapes out to sea. The NHC does bring this up to a 60 mile per hour storm though. Looking at satellite, we can see that very large system moving quickly. It's still elliptical shaped. It is orientated southwest to northeast, but will begin to tilt over to more of a south to north. Look, you can see a mid-level low right there. There's a lot of vorticity with this, but it has two lobes to it, one off to the north and one off to the south. The south one is stronger though. We can see outflow expanding in an anticyclonic fashion, upper level high pressure, especially towards the north. Looking at a recon plane from earlier, we can see southerly winds here, southeast and northeast. So that means we don't have westerly winds on the southern side. So we do have the trough axis is like this in here. This is from much earlier in the day, so it could look different now. I'm sure another plane will go in tomorrow. Looking at tracks, we can see that a lot of the models do bring it over the Dominican Republic, and that will play into the strength as it comes out on the other side, because it is very mountainous. A lot of the models do bring it into Florida, but some do escape it out and then bring it into the Carolinas. Intensities, we can see most of them keep it as a tropical storm, moderate to strong tropical storm, and two of the models do bring it up to a hurricane strength. Looking at the 850 millibar cyclonic vorticity from the GFS, we can see that initialization this afternoon, we can see that orientation from southwest to northeast. And then we can actually see that orientation by tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, that more south to north look to it. Still very broad, but it does consolidate at some point. And vorticity starts to go on the northern side. This tries to get wrapped up because on the GFS it does miss Puerto Rico by a hair, and then keeps it offshore as a weak tropical storm, and then brings it into the Carolinas. So like we were talking about yesterday, when the storm gets over past near the Dominican Republic, we can see this upper level anticyclone, the upper level high pressure. But we can also see this upper level trough, which is going to be trying to push some southwesterly shear, and we can see that here, right there. And then we see this southwesterly flow on it. The storm is moving off to the northwest, and this upper level trough is trying to push winds in the upper levels out of the southwest. This is causing some shear with the system. Let's see. I can't do it with the pen. Um, let's see how much shear this is saying. Nope, too much. This is saying 19 knots of shear. That's moderate. Also, something to keep in note. Look at all this dry air. Relative humidity only at 64%. There's a lot of dry air in the mid to upper levels, and we can see that on the H wharf, which I will show you in a second. But now we're going to go over to. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. We're going to bring this over to the European, and we can see Wednesday tomorrow morning, we can have our system right here, looking like the GFS, but it brings it right into Puerto Rico, barely a storm, and then it comes out on the other side as an open wave. And then it makes it into the Florida Straits by Saturday morning. And then makes it into the Gulf. That's a little too far out, but it has it as an open wave in the Gulf by day 5, which is Sunday. Looking at the H wharf, there's something that I wanted to show you with the H wharf, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Let's try that. No, not that one. Oops. I'm trying to get a. Let's try this. Let's do CONUS. I've never worked with these models before. I'm sorry. I guess I'm not going to be able to do it. Well, if we go back to the H wharf, we can see that it has a much stronger storm that goes through Puerto Rico and then misses the Dominican Republic and then becomes a hurricane on the other side. If we go over to 10-meter winds, not 850, whoops. Yeah, we can see max wind is 80 knots, and we can see that on the northern side right there. But one thing that it will be encountering is some dry air. You can see some dry air in the center of the system and on the southern and western sides. So whether or not the shear from that upper level trough takes over or not, it will be dealing with some dry air that could possibly get into the system. If we go back to the GFS, you can definitely see that on the model as well, with all this dry air on the south and west sides of the storm. So overall, I think everyone from North Carolina into Florida, and the Bahamas and Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic should be keeping an eye on potential tropical cyclone 9 future Isaias, as it is moving quickly and a lot. Once it gets past the Dominican Republic and see if it goes to the north or goes over it, we will have a better idea of impacts to the Bahamas and Florida. So that is it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a new video, and I will see you all tomorrow.